Good morning. It's time for my little morning ritual. I do 10 minutes of journaling, just free writing, and then I do 10 minutes of meditation. Right now I'm doing a guided meditation, but sometimes I go back and forth between guided and unguided depending on how I'm feeling that morning. So we're gonna get into it. Here we go. We got this. I saw a TikTok video of an easy meal prep breakfast bowl. So it's a quiche, but instead of it being a pastry base, it's tortilla. So you just put a tortilla. This is what it looks like. It's so simple to make and I am obsessed with it, okay? I have these stone bowls from Figment from Target. You can't put the glass ones in the oven, okay? So make sure you check your containers before you do this. Don't explode any glass or anything in your oven. And obviously plastic does not go in the oven. But anyways, all you do is put a tortilla in the bottom, put your eggs in there, pick how many you want. I did a sausage patty that I cut up and put in there, and then I used vegetables. I put some Parmesan on top and added some spices, and I popped this bad boy in the oven for I think 25 minutes on 350. So good. I am obsessed. Okay, I went through a phase of having hard-boiled eggs for breakfast for probably 2.5 weeks, which is really good for me. I get kind of gaggy with certain foods after a while. And so this was much needed. Some people I know can eat the same meal every single day for weeks on end. That's not me. I'm not that girl. So yes, this breakfast, 10 out of 10, highly, highly recommend. Now I'm on a quest for making the best high protein breakfast quiche bowl ever. Okay, stay tuned. I'll give you updates maybe in the next video. But I need to get this heated up in the microwave. It reheats really well, by the way. So reheat it in the microwave and I need to get my butt back to work, baby. It is busy season. Let's talk training goals for 2026. I have changed my training up so much since I started this channel, mainly because if you're new here, I had a spine injury now about 1.5 years ago, and it flared up when I was doing half marathon training, and then it took me 4 or 5 months. I'm still in recovery, but in a really good spot in recovery. So it kind of just took my plans and threw them up in the air and said, oh well, let's restart. So my current training program, I'm doing 3 days of strength training. I used to do full body days. Now I'm doing body part days or different focuses. So I'll do 1 day, leg day, quad focus. The next, which I'm gonna film today, is upper body. So it's just like full upper body. And then the third day is lower with a glute and hamstring focus. I did a lot of glute strength training throughout my PT because we found that overall my glutes were very weak and they weren't supporting me overall, which obviously wasn't the reason for the injury or the pain, but it definitely didn't help. So that's my lifting portion. Yoga wise, I usually pair yoga on my running days. I'm currently running 2 times a week. Over time, I would love to get my body to a place where I can run 4 times a week again. That's what I used to do in my half marathon training programming. So I would love to get back to that place. Right now, I'm pretty conservative with running. I still have a lot of pain that comes after running, so I'm not pushing my body really hard. So those of you who started watching the channel because of half marathon training, I am so sorry, but running is just not my focus right now. I'm just working on strength and mobility through my yoga practice, and then over time building up more and more tolerance in my body, not just cardiovascular wise, but physically, for basically the whole right side of my body to just be more tolerant of, is tolerant the right word? I don't know. Is tolerable? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. For doing more distance training. I would love, love, love to run a half marathon by the end of this year. In October, there's a half marathon that I was planning on doing last year that I want to do this year. So we will see how my body does. But if you like yoga, strength training, and running, hopefully you found me and we can kind of train together and I can learn about your fitness goals. I always encourage people to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, just because then we can actually chat and have conversations about how your training is going, what your fitness goals are. I absolutely love that. So I would appreciate any community kind of conversation that you guys want to have. So I feel like I'm just rambling now and it's time to get into my workout. So I am going to stop here and we're going to get a quick little lift in. I just grabbed a very exciting piece of mail from my mailbox. I have been on my meditation and journaling journey again, so it's long overdue. I haven't had an eye mask in such a long time. I used to always sleep with an eye mask on, but now my room is just total blackout, so I don't need the eye mask. But I always found having an eye mask was super helpful when I was meditating, because it kind of takes one of the urges away, like peeking your eye open, checking the timer, doing those things you shouldn't be doing. So I'm going to open up my package and show you guys what the heck it looks like. I'm so excited. It looks so cute online, so I'm really bummed. I found this super cute company called Elizabeth Scarlett online, and they have the cutest, I think they started with like makeup bags, like kind of more personal product items, but they have these really cute eye masks. It was honestly so hard to pick which one I wanted. So here we go. I got this one. I forget what it's called. I think it's called like the Sun Goddess or something like that. It is called, yes, the Sun Goddess. But I was thinking cute. It's so soft and there's beads, I think, in here, so maybe it adds a little bit of weight, which is super nice, but okay. How does it look? I'm trusting you. Trusting you to tell me the truth. I just sat down with my normal phone camera and recorded a short little video that I did end up posting on social media. So I personally document things through video. So personally, I just process things verbally. So I record a lot of videos for myself on my phone. And this one, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to share it and see if it connects with people. And I was shocked by the amount of people that it touched and the amount of people that actually commented. So I'm also going to say it to my YouTube family because you guys have my heart. Basically, all I was talking about on my Instagram and TikTok account was that it's so silly that I've been doing something for just 2 days and I feel like a completely different person, like a whole new human being. And all I've been doing is for 20 minutes every single morning, I take 10 minutes to journal and I just brain dump onto a piece of paper, just free write, nothing fancy, and I meditate for 10 minutes. And I don't give them an extra spin of my own style. I don't revamp them or elevate them or anything like that. It's just plain and simple, like the ancient practices of just getting everything out of this onto a piece of paper and then sitting in a calm the fluctuations of the mind meditation session. And I feel like a completely different person. 2 days, 20 minutes, that's it. And I wanted to share that because I was hoping that it would reach someone who needed the sign that sometimes you go through life not doing the one thing that you know helps you. Like I used to meditate, journal, breath work, all the things a few years ago, and I felt so much more alive, so much more excited by things in life, so much more willing to take on challenge because I think I just had that mental capacity. And then I stopped doing the one thing that I knew made me feel most alive. How silly. And so I was just hoping that it would touch someone and they would say, you know what, I know exactly what I need to do. And I encourage you to just simplify it. Keep it simple, stupid. That's like my go-to line with everything, because if you make it too complex, if you make it too long, and if you pick something that you don't enjoy and you're just doing it because it's a fad on social media, you're not gonna do it. because you don't enjoy doing it. And I say the same thing with movement, like moving your body. You're not going to do something if you don't enjoy it. So of course you're not motivated. Of course you don't have discipline. Of course. So find your thing, explore a little bit if you have to. If you already know what that thing is, which you probably do, go ahead and just start doing it and don't miss more than 2 days in a row. And I have the feeling that you're going to feel like a completely new person. And I just wanted to share that because, yeah, I was just surprised by the amount of people who just were like, hey, thanks, I needed that. And so if you needed that, take what you want, leave what you don't want. It is time to do the voiceover on the yoga class this week. I did a restorative flow this week. The last 2 weeks have been vinyasa classes. One was core and hips, one was just a full body, a little bit more on the spiritual side of like trusting yourself, leaning into things. It still was a pretty good workout. And then this week's restorative. It's a full body restorative. I intertwined some breath work, a body scan, all the good things. So I just got my mic hooked up to my laptop, and I don't know why, but iMovie has been absolutely hating me. So I have switched to CapCut so far. I like it. Have no complaints so far. So we'll see how it goes over time. But basically I just pre-write my script on my phone in my notes app, and then I watch the video and kind of read from that, but just go back and forth between the two. So I am going to set you guys up over there and do a little voiceover. I have brought all my plant babies inside, the ones that I can. Everything that's potted is inside. And then I am a little nervous about some of the ones outside because we have aloe plants, cacti, succulents, all the things, but we put a couple different layers of moving blankets, towels on top of those. We'll see how they do. But I need to water all of the plant babies that are inside now. So let's go count how many are officially inside, because it's actually a good bit. What do we think? Do we think this fern's gonna make it? I really don't know. It's looking so rough. Okay, I can't record these because I stand on my couch to water them, but there's 1, 2, and 3. We have serious floppy ear therapy, okay, because it's randomly 70 degrees outside after work today. It was like 20 degrees last night, so we're taking probably our 3rd walk of the day. I don't want to go inside, so here we go. I just arrived at the local hiking trail. I needed to get myself out of the house today and just get out in nature, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. It is time to close out the video. The sun is shining, obviously, and I am so stoked about that. So I'm taking advantage and I'm probably gonna go outside after this. It's 40 degrees and sunny. Say less. Anyways, 2 things. The first thing, I was reviewing my footage and I forgot during my fitness goals for this year's section is that I've never done a proper cut before. I did one time in college and I definitely didn't do it the right way. I basically lost all my muscle and got really, really skinny, and it just was not not the right way to do it. So this year, my goal is to start next month. So technically when this is up, it'll be February. So in February, I want to start a really gradual cut that'll go through through summertime. I've never pushed myself to do a proper cut before. So I'm really curious, A, how I'll look, and B, just being able to push myself in that way. I'm not going to cut down to like stepping on stage or anything like that, just leaner than I've ever pushed myself to be before, just as another mental challenge. Of course, I need to be mindful and balance this. If I am going to ramp up my cardio and training in that way, I clearly have to fuel my body appropriately. So it'll kind of just be a balance between monitoring my progress with my injury, my running, and just adjusting my macros as time goes on. Something else, and this is, I can't say exactly what it is yet because it's semi-official but not super official, but I didn't get one but two massive yoga teaching opportunities this week. And I just, until they're official, I can't share them here, but I can share that they're yoga related. And wow. I just feel like God is really lining things up for me. I've been so patient for so long and I'm just so stoked and I can't wait to share it with you guys when I can. So I am going to close the video out here. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful week and you all survived the uber cold weather that happened here in the South. We did okay, but up north, I have family in Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania. I know it is still brutal up there. So stay warm and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.